Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of a replay between Argos Xel'Naga and a Terran player here on Xel'Naga Caverns. I'll have to double check and make sure that they actually renamed their team from Zenith to Xel'Naga. Anyways, coming back into this game, we now see the Terran player establishing a planetary fortress here. Very, very critical that this planetary fortress gets up. We do not have the thick armor for the Terran buildings, so Zerglings and Mulus will be able to still come in here and deal a lot of damage pretty effectively. We now see a lot of roaches on the back, production-wise, planetary fortress nearing completion, and those roaches now with a range of 4 able to snipe down some of those SCVs, and now very, very critically able to snipe them down, denying any mining from here. So now you can take a look at the income tab. The Terran player a little bit behind as Argos Xel'Naga will be taking 2 additional extractors here. We now see another army of marines and siege tanks on the move, siege tanks on the ground with those marines as support, but I believe there are a number of banelings still out in the field. Mulus trying to get away from those marines, and in come the infestors getting off 1 critical fungal growth, and with absolutely no medevacs in the air, that's going to be a lot of damage to be dealt. Mulus now trying to back off. We do see some marines now trying to come in over here, and now with no banelings and no units being produced, there's going to be a very bad sign. Siege tanks are going to siege up, able to start blasting away at this one location here. We still have the roaches denying any mining as those marines and those siege tanks are going to start slowly blasting their way and taking out this expansion. However, Mulus and roaches with banelings simply on a roll will be able to deal a lot of damage here. In come those siege tanks quickly going to get taken down. Mulus and now roaches coming in, banelings just dealing so much damage there, and down goes the rest of this army fighting on creep, just ever so dangerous against a Zerg player, as those banelings able to move very, very quickly. You can see the movement speed on a baneling, the same movement speed as a stalker, and then once it is on creep, it moves even more quickly. Just how quickly, you may ask? I believe it moves at, well, it moves 2.95 plus 0.88, so I believe a little bit slower than a flying than a Mulus. I think a Mulus is 3.75. Yeah, so it's a little bit faster, or as fast as a Mulus when it's on creep. So that just goes to show you how incredibly fast that is. We now have once again another group of marines and siege tanks, and this is just going to be a very, very bad fight once again for the Terran player. Terran player needs to really change this up. Those marines have just been falling apart to banelings and fungal growths pretty consistently. Marines now coming on over as once again marines trying to deal damage. Siege tanks also sieging up. However, sieging up just a little bit too late, and now in comes another infestor getting another fungal growth, dealing so much damage across multiple marines there. So many marines are now once again in the red and orange. We now have a couple of roaches standing by, perhaps trying to come into this location. It is very, very crucial that the Terran player is able to hold on to this expansion, as we now see a hatchery being placed down here and some long-distance mining happening out of the gold mineral locations. Mutal is still in the air trying to cause a lot of harassment. This million-man March army on the move, but one or two banelings are just going to take down this mass marine if it tries to move out. Yeah, words of a song. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, marines and siege tanks once again on the move. Infestor getting off another fungal growth there, and with 3 banelings, those banelings are going to be able to just simply roll into this location, and so many banelings taking down so many of those units there. Roaches now be able to snipe down some of those siege tanks. Siege tanks getting just picked apart, and now those marines trying to chase against those roaches. Marines, however, moving much slower, and we also have 1 infestor here. That infestor has enough only for infested Terran, and that is it. Roaches trying to re-engage 1 infestor. Oh, those marines do not want to engage, and the income banelings from the back instead, splitting that up. Multiple damage dealt across multiple marines, and now those roaches may be able to finish off those marines, as so many of those marines are in the red. Once again, medevacs finally joining the army in a significant manner to try to heal up these marines, but those marines are only having 1-0 upgrades and going to be getting the armor upgrades as well. Roach is now trying to come in as well. Roach is pulling back. Does the infestor have enough energy? No, not quite yet. Trying to pull away, not enough creep. Down goes that infestor there. No time to even spawn infested Terran, as a siege tank now trying to move back. 14 banelings trying to come back in. Mulus getting right over that 1 siege tank there, trying to deal damage back and forth. Down goes that last siege tank there. And now only marines, 26 marines, 2 siege tanks, and 2 medevacs. Production-wise, you can see a lot more banelings still being produced. So these banelings are going to simply just take down so many of these marines. It's going to be a very, very bad sight, as Mulus are in the air trying to finish off some of those marines there. A couple of those marines were taken down. Sheer number just massing up so many Mulus, able to take down multiple marines once again. we now see Argos continuing to just get a stronger army. There is now a good number of banelings, 21 banelings, rolling around the field as they're going to roll to the north, quickly trying to take down some of those Mutalisks. Maybe I try to come back down from the south side. No, the Marines might try to come back down, and this is going to be very, very bad sign indeed. Fungal growth coming in, and wow, that is just absolutely GG right there. One critical fungal growth coupled with those banelings, completely taking down the Terran player. The Terran player really needed to transition into a new strategy. Thor and Hellion may have worked a little bit better, but yeah, that fungal growth was just absolutely critical in being able to immobilize those Marines and letting those banelings just do the damage that they so want to do and finish off the rest of that mass Marine army. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Argos Xenex and a Terran player. I'm sure someone who can read Korean may be able to update it for me, and I'll change the name in the title. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.